Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's performance is about to begin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Speaking Freedom TV. Today's episode of The World of Sex with Dr. Kaci includes our special guest, Rill. Hey, Rill, how you doing today?
Hey, Dr. Kaci, I'm great. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Rill. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan. I live in New York. Before I came to New York, I grew up this was like when we were in middle school. So I had some girlfriends. We was like, what would you do that you would want to tell your parents, right? So I was like, mine was I want to be an exotic dancer, right? So they said whatever they said. So whatever. Moving forward, I moved to New York, and yes, I became an exotic dancer and was very good at it. And I don't know why people be saying I want to keep my daughter off the pole when your daughter can make so much money. But she do need some guidance. You know what I'm saying? With understanding that industry, because you can find yourself in some crazy situations. Like I tell you about, like I had made, it was probably more than 50, I was so financially illiterate that I had at one point I had counted, I had $50,000. Mind you, I was on the phone. I was on the phone, and the guy was like talking to somebody on the phone. He was like, "Yo, what you doing?" I'm like, "I got my money," because he'd be going, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I and throughout the whole, we've been on the phone for like hours. So he was like, "Yo, what you still counting your money?" I'm like, "Yo, mind your business." Right. So in that one setting, I had $50,000, and that was not at the end of the year. So, and I didn't do anything with the money, so which is unfortunate. But my point is that you can make a lot of money, but there's a lot of do's and don'ts and whatnot. So anyway, so I did that. So being in the sex industry, I became an exotic dancer. Then from that, I host swinger parties. Mm-hmm. I would get hired to host like different. Now, I wasn't me actually having the parties. They would hire me as the host, because I was just I was pretty great. I was the hostess with the most. And I also worked on pornographic films as a stylist. Mm-hmm. People always be like, "Yo, what the fuck do a stylist?" Honey, you bring the clothes.
And they put them on, because they do have to have outfits and different little things depending on what type of film it is. It could be a little bit of nothing, or it could be like a whole set of changing clothes and looks and stuff. So I get it.
Yeah. So they definitely had clothes. So I did that. And I also wrote my first book. Let me tell you something. I'm so proud of myself about that, which is called Quickie. It's an ebook form. It's only $1.99. You can find it on all platforms. And it took me like a whole year to write that. And actually, it's erotic fiction. It's 7 short erotic stories. I was inspired by, what's the name of Zane? I think it was Sex. You ever read that book?
I've read a lot of Zane books.
Yeah. I believe it was, and it was the one where it was like a collection of short stories. So I was inspired by that. But I only wrote 7, and it took me writing a book. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I mean, don't. And I'm not trying to discourage this. Listen, if it's in you, you need to do it. Right. And but it took me a whole year to do it. I mean, because you really it's some serious thought process that goes along with that. So anyway, so that's my life as a sex worker. And normally when I do say sex worker, people, just because you say sex worker, that don't mean you selling no pussy. That don't mean that, and I also was in the process. Remember the movie, not the movie, the magazine, Black Men's was it Black Tail? Girl, I was thinking, wait, let me back up some more. Why my mother asked me, so the guy, your parents know who the fuck you are. Right. My mother asked me when I was like I could have been in middle school. She said, "Would you pose nude?" Without even a big of a yes. Yes, I would. Sure would. And so anyway, the opportunity came when I came here to New York and met up with the guy, and so I was just so happened I was on my period. So he was like, "Yo, let me see," and I was like, I'll come down to my underwear, but I'm not. He's like, "No, you have to take everything off." Did you not hear I'm on my period? Like that grossed me all the way the fuck out. Right. So I was just like, no, I'm definitely not engaging in that. So I didn't do that. I did also have an OnlyFans. This is recent.
What type of content you post on your OnlyFans?
It was sexual.
Okay.
definitely sexual. I used to write stories, and the guys really liked the stories. Like they would really be engaged. You know what I'm saying? So actually, like I would put instead of like a fictional character, it would be me. Like and you know,
yeah,
and
like
and they use themselves as the fictional character with me. So they really, I got like a lot of feedback from that. And I also post like photos, like really sexy photos. Not like I did do some nude, but not total nudes, not no spread eagle
right
or anything like that.
Well, I
But
think spread eagle is a little bit much. Even if you got like panties on, because you're giving it all away. It's just all of it out there sometimes. I mean, and different folks do different things because different people have different ways they want to do their brands. But in my mindset, look, I support strippers, I support sex workers. I do think that there should be like a conscious decision to do sex work. Like it shouldn't be just for the money. Like have a goal in mind, have something connected to it other than the money, because the money gonna come, but the money gonna come and it's gonna go too. So my mindset behind, like, even when I go to a strip club, my goal in a portion of my life is to be able to go into strip clubs and ask women, do you want to be here? Like, you like dancing? Because you know, if you come up in a cheerleading world or a dance world, you really don't have that many options if you don't go dance professionally, and everybody doesn't go dance professionally. So I want to give people the option to choose, like, do you really want to do this, or is this something you're doing because you need money? Because if I can give you the money, then go do what you really want to do and save this for the people that really like to do this.
yeah, and actually for me, I really like to do it because dancing is like, well, I know fashion and dance is something God blessed me with. So yeah, I definitely want to be there. And you know, it's so funny that you just said that. I had guys used to coach and be like, "You look too nice, you shouldn't be here." And they'll give me applications to the post office. I thought they were so cute. You know what I'm saying? It's a really nice
You must
guys
look
that
wholesome in the strip club.
Right, exactly. You know, that was really nice. And I was just thinking at them like, no, like it's not a forced situation for me. Like I really want to be here because I like dancing, I like entertaining. And also there is a serious art to being seductive, which took me a really long time to understand that. Because most girls, you know, they get up there, they get the see, I'm like an old school exotic dancer. So like all these fake bodies and all this sort of shit and all this turning around on the pole. Like we didn't do that type of shit back in the day. Like we used to pop our booty and stuff like that and do like, you know, all this like, you know, that type of shit. Until I met this man in a strip club who told me, he was like, no. Like he was just like, no, he said, just he was an older guy, right? Gave me some knowledge on like just relax, calm down. You don't have to, you know, move so, you know, so vigorously with your movements. Just be easy. And also another a wiser stripper also told me that as well. She was like, "Girl, you already got a nice body. You don't even have to. All that is unnecessary.
Do all
Like,
that extra work.
be easy. Take your time." Eye contact is everything. Like the man wanted to have that eye contact with you. No matter,
so it seems personal.
Right. And although I've seen, you know, I got some stories, like a whole bunch of stories. So yeah, but that's like the nutshell. So, but in the process of all of that, I sit back and I just study people. One thing I do know is that a lot of women don't know how to walk in heels, and I know that I feel I'm the queen of walking in heels, and you know, just don't know how to. Well, I won't say don't know how to. Maybe just need some assistance with being a little bit more seductive, sensual, and erotic, right? Because they instantly, you know, everybody instantly go to the, you know, let me
It's
twerk your
twerk,
ass.
immediately.
And ain't
Versus
nothing wrong with twerking.
I mean, no, but there is a level of provocativeness that is good to make guys or make any women, because it's women and men that go to the strip club. I like the strip club. I've learned a lot about embracing my body, my sexuality, just being confident to walk in rooms with my shape, because for a long time, I think after going to church for a while and them covering you with the purple cloth because you clothes too tight, then I felt like, oh my God, I need to always cover up. And I felt like it was a sin almost to show my body. So to go in the strip club, well, the first time I was like in shock because I didn't know they was like naked. I thought, it was no, they was like completely ass naked. And I was like, the first time I was like, I didn't know if I stare, like what, I was just like in shock. But it was a great experience because it helped me to kind of come loose of all the things that make you feel like, well, I can't do this and da 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 da. And it was very a liberating experience. I actually like the strip club better than the regular club because of the entertainment behind it. In the regular club, you just standing and watch. I mean, like just around. But in the strip club, there's actually something to see. And the pole tricks are probably my favorite. Like, oh my God. But again, I didn't start. I think the first time I went to a strip club was probably about 30 something. Like I was really old, but I used to want to go, but I felt shamed. Like I'm not supposed to be in there type of thing.
Wow. Yeah, I guess a lot of people do have like that feeling, especially if you come from a religious background. And also depends on like what sex was taught or even talked about in your home, even if it was talked about in your home. And if you were taught to be confident like within yourself. Especially like in our community, I find that, we definitely don't talk about sex. This is how my mother told me about sex. Now, I was a little girl. I'm like, what is this woman talking about? He was like, all boys want to do, all boys want to do to you is have sex with you. And I was really like, I mean, what am I supposed to say behind that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was a little girl, and then as I got older, we still didn't have that conversation. But I was really provocative in the way that I used to dress. Like, I always knew I had like a nice body. I used to marvel at myself, like, you know what I'm saying? But you nice looking. But my mother, what she would say, because like mind you, I also say fashion is my thing, because I'm also a designer and I don't call myself a stylist. I call myself a fashion architect. So I had to paint my bras, like paint them and like put art on them and shit and wear them. My mother would be like, yo, that's how girls get raped by wearing stuff like that, and then, like that was really harsh and, to take. And I was just like, and then in my young mind, I was just like, I can wear whatever I want to wear. Like, and then I'm not going nowhere with nobody, like, abandoned. This is my
right.
young mind. I'm not going nowhere alone with somebody to put myself in this position. Like, this is my young mind thinking. What I wish she would have said to me was that you don't know the effect that you have on men when they see you a nice looking girl,
that's
nice
a good
body.
way.
Like, men are going to be attracted to you. And then also you have to teach girls like how to know that. And also because some boys, and we have to talk the men too about the sexual shit, how to interact with girls. And just because you say like a girl, like she freeing herself and she wearing whatever that don't mean you get to run up and just touch her. I had shit happen to me like that when I was young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
So, and so we definitely need to open up this conversation with our children and how the shit goes at home. Not only the anatomy of the body, the reproductive system, not only that, but the pleasure. And I know that makes people so uncomfortable. But listen, I tell my son, I tell him, like, yo, this is how you please a girl and all this shit. But no, he's 18.
Okay.
So I'm like, but I've been telling him because he's not having sex when he was like in the 7th grade.
In the 7th grade, like what was he doing? Like what? How did he? Or I need to talk to your son because I want to know how he's
well, because I had condoms. I've been doing this for a long time, and off and on. You know how like with business go, it'd be like
right.
depressed, shit ain't working, whatever. So on and off for a minute, and I always had condoms, always had lubricant and shit like that. And he would ask me what it is, and I would tell him, and I always told him that you always wear a condom because HIV is real. Getting a girl pregnant is real. And you don't have no money. You can't take care of it. You don't even know yourself. All these things. And so I had condoms. He got the condom, and he told me the girl wanted to have sex. He said he ran all the way home. I was mad as hell when he came home because I didn't know where he was. He said he ran all the way home because he's in the 7th grade. He ain't got no money. So he ran home, got it, went to the girl's house, and they did it. And he had the condom, and they, like that. So I was pretty proud of him because of that.
Because at least he came and got the condom. He was being very,
responsible
in his decision. Yeah, he wasn't just,
loose with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That is good. Like, especially at that age, because at that age, sometimes their mind isn't even focused on what they need to do first. they just like, oh, for real? Let's go get it.
That's
Okay,
why
so
parents, it's important that you have these conversations with your children because, you know.
as a
Okay.
sex coach, it has been like, because I tell my children I'm a sex coach and kind of the things that I had to learn to become a sex coach, but I definitely talk to them about a lot of things while I don't let them spend a night over people's house like
Oh
that,
yeah,
the
definitely
different
not.
type of things that can go on and happen, and just awareness about what I've gone through, because I know if I faced it, then definitely they'll face it at some point and they have to make proper
Wait,
decisions.
you were sexually assaulted?
I have been, yes, I started my oldest first memories of any type of sexual experience. I have a memory of giving my cousin head like in a room in my grandmother's house. And he was
Wait, I'm sorry. How old were you?
probably about 5 or 6.
Shut the fuck up.
Around that same time frame, I had a babysitter that was a friend of the family, and she used to have me rub on her titties and try to like it was really, and to the point to where I didn't remember it for a long time, and then one day I watched Women There Are Loose, the movie,
Mhm.
and it brought that memory back to where I could smell the room from when it would happen. Like it just was like as if I was in that space. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've dealt with that with guys, trying to force themselves on me, like all type of things. When I was in the 6th grade, I was dating a boy and he was like in the 7th grade, and I was running to the store. I had on some pants and some stretch shorts under it. It was like some royal blue shorts. They had like white stars going up the side that I used to just wear, all the time. This is what I like to wear.
Yeah, all right.
And I was running to the store, had just used the bathroom, so my pants was undone, but I had the pants on up under it. So I'm just running. This is the neighborhood. I've been living in this neighborhood as long as I can remember. And he ran out of his house. He lived on the way to the store, and he stopped me in the alley and he shoved his hands down my pants. And I grabbed his balls and I just turned
Oh,
and
good for
turned and
you.
turned until
Good
he
for
let me
you.
go.
Good for
So,
you.
like, yeah, I've experienced a lot of things that kind of make me cautious,
Mm.
but not into the point to where it never hindered me sexually growing up. Like, if
Oh,
anything,
good.
I was probably more adventurous just because I used to listen to my cousins have sex at my house. Like, my mom used to take in the cousins. So whenever she would take in the cousins or somebody would spend the night, they would be in the living room or the other room, and sometimes I would be on the couch and they would be on the floor, and they would start having sex like with me, like where I could consciously hear them having sex, and it used to be so wild. But a lot of my cousins, but I have
Mhm.
another cousin that is the reason why I think I am very conservative in how I dress, because if I would try to put on booty shorts or little tube tops, he'd make me go home and change. He would make all the girls go home and change, but he got about 11 kids and about
Mm.
12 baby mamas, and that's like so. I understood as an adult. I understand why he was like that, because he knew how he was. So if he felt some type of way seeing me, he knew that other men would too. So he would try to make us cover up.
Oh wow. Yeah, that this is a serious topic that everybody needs to talk about, especially with your children, especially with boys. Like, the one thing I tell my son, this is one thing I tell him straight up, like, look, if you in the mess and you about to stick your dick in,
Mm-hmm.
and this bitch say no, you know what I'm saying?
No.
You need to ain't no trying to
Mm-hmm.
don't try to coach her. She
No.
said no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of course you're gonna be mad. You're gonna feel your energy, your blood
Yeah.
is boiling. You ready? No, you have to pull back. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go in the bathroom, jerk your dick, whatever. Put your clothes on, bring your ass home.
Yeah.
Because if you find yourself in that situation, then this girl, and then it's rape now, son, because she said no.
Yeah.
No
Even if you
doesn't
try to
mean
convince her,
fucking
yeah,
yes.
it don't mean convince me to do it. It means no,
Exactly.
stop. And maybe later on we might do it, and I might say yes, but right now it's no.
Yeah, we definitely have to have this conversation with a lot of boys. And that's so funny that you just said that. I remember my first I thank God I've never been like, so my mother was really like just she was just, you ain't going on nobody's house. You know
Listen,
what I'm saying?
but that's a good thing. The first time
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
had a friend that her cousin, we would all go to sleep over there, and he would try to like wait till we go to sleep, and he would try to get in our pants. And I used to I learned how to lock my leg, like cross my ankles and like wrap my feet around each other so that I would like clench down so he could not ever get my pants down or try. Child, I have experienced a lot, but a lot of it was because my mother worked a lot. So if somebody was like, "You want to come over and spend the night?" Okay, I didn't want to be home by myself. She was working third shift. So
you the only child?
I have a brother. He's like 7 years older than me. So
Okay.
yeah, I was raising his only child.
Okay.
It was me and him, but then I started spending the night over people's houses. So now she's not used to watching me all the time, or when she is off work, she's going to kick it because I'm off work, and I get it to an extent, but she was a little bit careless in allowing me to just be places that she didn't know if the environment was safe. But it helped me learn to be mindful of places that might not be safe environments, because you don't know what people's parents be doing. You don't know where
who ain't letting their house, like none of that shit.
None of that. You know what I'm saying? Or what they're teaching their children. So a child might seem like
or they might even be getting molested by somebody in their fucking house.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said a child could go to school and seem cool and everything is fine, or act out, but it's because of something at home that they can't tell nobody about or don't feel comfortable. So I definitely have all of those conversations with my children. I think it's definitely necessary, mandatory, one, so they can understand the world around them, but also understand how valuable they are in protecting themselves and just being mindful of that. So I do want to ask, when you saw the World of Sex podcast, what made you want to be on the show?
Well, because I have a service called Seductive Art, and I just definitely want to share that with the world. And I figured, and I call myself, well, my title is, I have two. I'm an intimacy coach / seductress. With my service is Seductive Art, and I help women with sexual confidence and also to embrace their feminine energy with like 3 specialized sexual enhancements that I focus on, which is visual stimulation. I teach women how to visually stimulate their partner in and out of the bedroom. Like if you want to be a more impeccable dresser, I can definitely help you with that, like out of the bedroom and also in the bedroom. Because sometimes some women be having confident issues with putting on even like the most skippiest things. But so with that, and I generally do that with like a fashion show, and I also teach them how to strip down and all this other stuff. So we do that. That's visual stimulation. Then we have real sex talk. We talk about whatever I put on the table for the evening. It can anything sexually related. Just anything. And then we slide on our heels, and I teach ESS, which is an erotic, sensual, and seductive dance. First, I teach women about how to walk in heels, because I find that some women have issues with walking in heels and don't understand that there is a technique to walking in different types of heels, especially when you walking in. Well, the ones I suggest that they wear, but that's if you can. But if you only can wear a kitten heel, that's fine too. But it's the stripper heel. Everybody should have a pair.
Those are hard to walk in. Well, I think
they're not.
If you know how to walk, like, okay, so I might be wrong, so I'm hesitant to say it. But I feel like if you walk on your heel, like on the heel of the ball of your feet more, it gives you a little bit more control. But then you don't want to be seeming like you clunking around too. So I can.
You talking about in the stripper heels?
It just in heels, in tall heels, period.
Well, the thing about a stripper heel, see, damn, I wish I would have brought my shit out there over there. But you have that platform, and then you have the heel, so you have like some leverage. So your foot is not like say if you're in a stiletto, like a stiletto is straight flat, and then your heel is going, your heel is up like that. Now those can make you. I see people walking like they what's that, dinosaurs and shit. Like, what are you doing, girl? You know what I'm saying? Now those you definitely need to take my classes. I can definitely help the chicks with that. But with the stripper heel, because you have that you have that leverage, like it gives you a little bit more. So that's what I suggest, that every woman buy them a pair and just walk around in your house, like if no one's there. And if you have carpet on your floor, that's good, or rugs or whatnot, and just and take your time. But the thing is, like, you have to pick your entire foot up with those heels. And it's not so much pain, because like once again, you're not flat. Like now those.
Yeah, the ones that get the ball of
Listen,
your foot and
those
your knee like
require you
this.
some. And then also you have to relax your body too. You got to relax your shoulders. You got to relax your neck. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so much in your knees. There's also shoe maintenance. You have to also take care of them heels, because once them heels are starting to wear, honey, you got to go replace that, because that's going to affect the way that you walk.
Yeah.
So so I do all of that, and yeah, and I just want to help like women with their sexual confidence and experience the greatness that sex has to offer, and to release their inhibitions, because a lot of women just be like, some of them, and I guess because society have put in women's heads like, you're supposed to be the nice girl, but when in fact your man probably outside fucking somebody else. Trust and believe. Like I have to say that to women, because look, I've been in this industry, sweetheart, especially working at swinging club. Now listen, there's different types of swinging clubs, I'm sure you probably know, but like I don't know, like all over, but for the most part, there is the traditional where it's a man and a woman, or a man can come with as many women. But I also used to work at the ones that I really liked, where the clientele were men. And the women who were in there were a part of the process. They basically they're prostitutes, right? Because they getting paid to work there.
Right.
And but I like those the most. And most of the men that used to come in, all of them was married, all of them had girlfriends, they had the mingle. And then I would engage in conversation with them. And I was like, okay, so why are you here? Just want to hear their reasoning. And most of them, shit, I just want to fuck. I just want something different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because people are prudes and they don't know how to be a porn star for their mate, but they have no points of reference. So that is normally the problem, because if, again, like I said in the little previous conversation before the show started, if people don't think that it's okay, or don't know that people are trying these things, then they think what they're thinking about is so wrong. And so, how could I, or nobody does this. But like, since being a sex coach and educator, I literally started going on following different groups on Facebook and going on the internet and kind of getting familiar with different atmospheres. And what I found out is that there is somebody that like and want the same sexual things that you like and want. You just can't get with somebody because they look good or their mind is all right. You got to evaluate every level of what they've been exposed to, because literally there is nothing that I've heard a man say that he want that I haven't seen a woman say that she want to, but they're not with the same type of people with the same type of mindset. So you end up being with somebody that don't even fit your sexual needs or desires, your fantasies, your anything. And then you're miserable, and now you're cheating because it's a lot of other shit that you want, but you pick the person that don't do none of the shit because she seemed wholesome. And that's a real problem.
Yeah, and also, like, people just don't. And another thing that people don't take into consideration is that just because you with somebody and you like that doesn't necessarily mean that you're sexually compatible.
Right.
You have to also like decipher that shit for yourself too, and also have like really. And I know everybody say this shit, but this is real. Like, you really got to have conversation. And I tell some people, like, sometimes some people really are like really afraid to say what they want. So I was like, okay, well then send him an email, or send her an email, or text it to them or something, or write a letter, whichever way, but you have to communicate that. Now, I also tell women, look, don't be no motherfucking like, I just go along and get along just because he wanted, I'm gonna do it. Like, nah.
You gotta know what you want because you want
have your limits. Everybody have limits. Like, no, that's not something that I'm with. You know what I'm saying? So, but then also, like, if you're being honest and stuff like that, if it is something he wants, like, I don't like to hear me say this shit, but I don't give a fuck. Oh, he gonna go get it from somewhere else.
Yeah, he definitely gonna go get it. Because it's somebody else is gonna do it, and it's gonna be better because he's sneaking and doing it. So he's gonna get more of an adrenaline rush, and then he's gonna be addicted to the adrenaline rush, even if what he doing ain't even all the way he thought it would be. The addiction to the rush that he gets from sneaking and doing and getting his needs fulfilled will keep him going back. It's like an addiction.
Another thing I heard too, like from men too, like who say that they like who come to the swing club and they go and have sex with somebody else, and they was like and not only at the swinging club, just me just talking to dudes in general. Like, you know, when they fantasize about somebody else, or maybe they didn't have sex, like at the swinging club, just say swinging club as an example. They go to the swinging club, they have sex with someone else, or maybe they didn't have sex, they just a
They
voyeur, so
just
they
seen them.
watch that. And when they go home, like it makes their sex with their partner a little bit more, well, for them, I don't know how it is for their mate, but you know, it makes it a little bit more exciting. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, a lot of women, I tell women too, like, you know, don't be afraid to watch porn. Now, there's a lot of bullshit that's porn out there. A lot. I mean, a whole bunch, just trash, trash, trash. You gonna go through so much trash. I got one, oh my God, this one, these two people, Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. They give it to each other like two people should. And I'm like, I've watched that thing one time. I was having something in my apartment. Fixed, and I watched it like just back to back to back. And I think he was in my house for like 2 hours just because it's just that good. You know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid to, I mean, you have to explore to see some things. I don't know like how it is in Atlanta, but I know here they have like this one store I know that everybody go to that's on the fuck is it? On 28th Street. It's like they sell lingerie, all types of sex toys and shit like that. And it's this one, they have a DVD. I do not know the name of it. I'm sure you can find it anywhere, but it's about like love making. I never seen it, but the person who was describing it to me, the salesperson, she was like, yo, this is really, really good or whatnot. But then her good could not be my good, but who knows?
Right.
But you know, but you have to go through some things, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you. My preference when it comes to porn is Twitter. Because it's Twitter porn. It's probably the most authentic.
Twitter is the new Pornhub. I swear to God.
It's the most authentic. You'll find the most authentic stuff because it's a whole lot of amateurs, mostly OnlyFans people or people that's just getting into the industry that's trying to. And then some people are not even trying to be in the industry. They just doing some shit and having fun. But it's more authentic than the rehearsed roles of like
edited, right?
Yeah, on porn, because porn isn't good to me if the bitch's pussy is dry. Like that's not real. If she not wet, she did not into it. So it makes me turned off because who wants to have dry sex? Like,
and then on top of that, like with porn, like all the focus is always on the male. I'm like, what the? Why is her pussy barely get licked or something? Like she's always going out sucking his dick, and then they fucking like what? He ain't kiss her, he lick her titties, ain't rub
like do nothing. Ain't no lead or build up to it. Like, come on, build up to. Okay, so wait. When did you lose your virginity, and what was the most surprising thing about your sexual experience at that point?
When I lost, oh girl, god damn. Wait. Okay. So I think I was the same as my son. He was in the 7th grade, or the 8th or something like that. And this guy that I really liked, and I don't even know if he put it in or not. I just don't know. But I do remember like looking down, and I did have some semen on my leg, and all I was thinking, well, we didn't use no condom or nothing like that. I was like, yo, my mama is going kill me if I'm pregnant. Like that's all I was thinking. But thank God, no. But I don't even think that he really. I don't think he entered. He
might have been excited and just came.
Yeah. So that was my very first time
experience.
Yeah.
What was the most surprising thing you discovered about sex
at that time?
Yeah, or period.
Oh, okay. Like during just having sex and shit like that, I knew that sex is supposed to be good, although like nobody never told me that, but I knew that, like I felt it in my spirit, right? And I wasn't experiencing that though, right? And I also said that I know whenever I have a baby, I know like whoever I have a baby with, we gonna have some mind blowing motherfucking sex. And I did not have good sex until, and this is the truth, till I was 35 years old.
Really? Well, so what do you think was making it not be good?
Just misinformation, no information. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No, just misinformation and none whatsoever.
So
I'm sorry, and it was just basically like that trial and error type of thing, and
but that's a long time of trial and error.
Yeah, I mean, but look, I don't be seeing around no loose.
Okay.
But yeah. But that's generally how, like, on some real shit now that, you know, everybody is getting into the sex thing, which is great. And I'm happy that people is communicating with people and giving them the knowledge that they need. But you learn through trial and error. But in my spirit, I said that, like, I didn't know that it was supposed to be good. And I didn't.
Right.
Well, actually, I met myself out probably when I was 12. Yeah, I was 32. So, but I didn't get pregnant until I was 35. So, yeah, so I just knew that and then I was smoking weed back then. Well, you know, smoking weed and drink, and I always had to be like that in order to engage in sex.
And that makes it different. I mean, even though it makes it more erotic sometimes because of the alcohol and the influence of the whatever you're on, but I can see where you're going with that. So, what's your wildest fantasy?
But you know, I'll be thinking about this, but I don't even know. I don't know if it's gonna be something that I actually do, like double penetration.
Oh, really? A lot of so double penetration in your vagina?
No, Johnny
Like
didn't.
front
Ain't
and
no.
okay. So, because I had a person on the show not too long ago that said she does the double penetration. She didn't try it all, and it was very intriguing. She definitely looked very innocent, and she did not look like the type of person that loved
Most.
gangbangs. But she was like, "That is my thing." So, what is the wildest thing that you've done?
Hmm. Well, nothing like really, really wow. Like, you know, I'm not like into like any kinks or anything like
Right.
that.
That's my next
So
question.
yeah, but one thing I can say, like one of my, like I had like 3 good lovers, right? And you know, just us being connected and them knowing how to handle my body, like it will, and me knowing how to handle their body, and like the sex was just mind blowing, pussy wet, like, you know,
Right.
squirting all over the place, like it was. It was amazing, like all 3 of these men. I mean, not at each time, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But wait, and also, so that's it. So I don't have like a kink or anything like that. Like I'm not really into. But that is like a fantasy of mine, like this double penetration. But I don't know, and also definitely have to be with somebody that I'm not with. Because I think that men who do that, like I think they
Never
gay.
lose. Oh, you think so? Why do you
Yeah,
think
I
so?
do.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kaci, not your typical clinical doctor. I am an ordained minister, but not your typical minister. I am also a certified life coach, love coach, sex coach, solution focused coach, transformation coach, and more. I have a whole lot of information that I would like to help you grow with. And I hope that soon I can help you be the best you that you can be. Confidence, spirituality, and purpose. That's wholeness, complete.
But though I know me. See
Right.
that's the comfort about being comfortable in your sexuality is to know you and know what you like and what you willing to do. Like just because a man come to me tells me he wanted, I don't know, the peach. Oh, girl, look, this is a wild shit. I had a conversation, and this is a good thing. This is one thing I tell people. Like, look, you an adult. Like, stop the fuck shit. If you thinking about fucking this person, like, you know what I'm saying, like, have a conversation with him. Let him tell him what you like, and hopefully he'll tell you what he likes. So this dude, so we was in that stage, and he told me that he liked to, you know, give pain to women. So I was like, okay, you know, I mind a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of that. Like, I mean, we ain't going hardcore as them up in this. But what he said he did to this one girl, he was like, he took the clips and clipped it to her shit bled. And he was like, and she liked it in real. And I was just like, no, I can't. Nah, you gonna go
That's
too
too much.
far. Like me and
Yeah.
you ain't on the same wavelength.
It's like you might try to kill me on the low and think
Yeah.
that I'm liking it, and I'm not. I'm like, no. Yeah. That was a little bit much for me too.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have like, you know, I'm pretty like, you know, laid back with it. I mean, you know, type of a regular fuck. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
What have you
I mean,
learned about your sexual, like, what have you learned about yourself from your sexual and like your sexual encounters in general as of now, who you are today? What have you learned about you?
that I think I've always been sexually confident. Even as a little girl, I remember one time my mama smacked the shit out of me. You know when it's Easter time and they have those like uh Easter bunnies, and they be made out of there's chocolate, but they made out of what's that, marshmallow? Why I took grandma, a little girl with a nightgown on, took it, put it up to my pussy, right, and was like holding it like this, like it was a dick. You know what
Whoop your ass.
Exactly. When she saw that picture, she was like, "Come here!" Right? And I was like, "Huh?" I forgot I did. She went proud. Like that's that's how my mama handles situations without actually talking to me. Like, yo, what's going on with you? Like, what you thinking about? You know what I'm saying? So I think that I've always been sexually confident. I've always been confident, like in myself. I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday about people always had an issue with me, like just being me, and I always, and another thing too, I was always attracted to, not attracted in a sexual way, but attracted to like prostitutes. I like the way they dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to wear some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like them
it's crazy that you say you was attracted to them, but not necessarily sexually, because people automatically assume that when you're attracted to somebody, it's automatically a sexual attraction. And you can definitely find people attractive and still not be sexually attracted to them. They can even make you coochie wet. That don't mean you want to fuck. You just, okay, you look nice. That's it.
Well, no, see, I ain't never experienced that, because if somebody make my pussy better, like I want to fuck them,
no,
like Jonathan Majors. I'm gonna be when I go to the, I'm gonna be in there like this, watching it like some freaky shit.
Listen, you just threw me off right there.
Sorry.
Shucks. What did I just say?
Well, you just asked, what did I know about myself? But yeah, but that I've always been like confident, like, and then I admired, like, the women who wore like the little tight ass dresses and the little ass shorts and shit like that. Like, and I used to do that, but I wish that somebody would have told me, the effects that is happening now. Since we was just talking about earlier about our situations with unfortunate sexual experiences with guys. So I mean, once I was a young girl, right? And there was this man, he was he was like a really strong figure in the community. And I was just so happen to be walking. I don't know if y'all do that in Ohio. Do y'all walk?
Well, we walked a lot of places.
Yeah, right. So we we go walking. So I was walking by myself, right? And he saw me, and then he's like, "Yo, I'm a young girl. Like, I don't know, I probably maybe junior high." And he was like, pick me up and was like, where you going? Told me where I was going. He's like taking me because I'm trusting him because everybody know him and whatnot.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yo, I'll give you $50 if you just open up your leg." This is a grown ass man with motherfucking children grow up, and like I was just like. And that's another thing you gotta talk to your children too about proposition and shit. So they will be propositioned by some nasty ass motherfucker. Believe that. So and I just and I had some little shorts, and I just opened, and I think like he was looking, and I remember like he put his hands down in his pants, and by the time he did that, we were at the place that he would drop me off, and I got that motherfucker. Grabbed that motherfucker quick and ran the fuck up out of there.
Probably Speedy Gonzalez out of that thing.
Yeah, like just.
Especially because it's somebody that you thought that you could trust, and now you're learning that that is not a
trustworthy person. Exactly.
So what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
You can finish your thought. Especially.
Oh, I forgot.
Okay. What is your preferred relationship dynamic, and what are your views about poly?
Somebody I would like to. I honor marriage. I also feel that like at some point, I think for me, I think I have a 5-year mark. Like once we together, we've been together for 5 years, and we having amazing sex and all that. So now after that, now like come on, like, exactly. What we doing? We need to be doing something else. Now we can invite other people. Now the one thing that I do not want to do. Now everybody be saying that want to do a threesome and shit like that. I do not want to do a threesome with my husband and another girl. Now I would watch him. With somebody else. I don't want to.
So what would be the difference for you? Like why not including yourself into a threesome versus watching?
Because I don't want no connection with. I don't like females, and I don't want no connection with her like at all. So, but what I would want to do is like two, like I told you, like the double penetration thing, but like with two guys. like for me. But so I respect marriage, and I see the goodness in it, and I understand, like, the dynamics of you coming together, especially if you have children, and y'all, and then financial, emotional, spiritual, all that, and it's great, right? I understand that. But as far as poly, would I get involved with that? I don't think I would actually get involved with that. I don't think that's like my tune. I think that we would just have like sexual freedom within our relationship, just like how everybody was on Monique about how she
Like
said they have
more of an open
relationship.
marriage.
Motherfucker, let me tell you something. You hoes, like, yo, your man's having sex with somebody else. Now I ain't saying like all of them. I say 99.9 of them.
It's a lot
You
of, and
understand what I'm saying?
my thing, the reason why I started being in support of poly is because I would prefer for people to be in relationships where they can at least be honest with each other versus sneaking around. Because being cheated on, is not just your person being with another person. It's them lying to you about it. It's the sneaking and the creeping. That's the part that's more hurtful than actually them having sex with somebody else. Like for me, I think that threesomes and poly is better if somebody is bisexual. I think that I've never been with a woman. Would I try it? It would have to be somebody real fucking special because I'm not really like, not my thing. Like, you can be beautiful, you could be cute, you could be all those things, but I'm just not really there. Like, and then I think that if to share my man with another woman, like in the bedroom, like, not, I just know he got another bitch and I'm gonna send him over there, because I don't feel like being bothered, but like to actually a threesome, it would have to be a guy that I don't really care about deeply because I can't see myself having a super deep connection and then sharing that unless she's like my girlfriend, but I'm not into girls like that. So it would have to be an amazing situation to make me feel comfortable in a situation like that.
Oh, wow. Well, so, but for me, like, yeah, I don't think I would be insecure. And I think also like what, like, and I know a lot of people like, just like, and nothing I tell everybody, like, please let everybody please understand. Don't nobody own no motherfucking body. Person gonna do what they want to do regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Regardless.
So as far as like with let's like with my husband, I wouldn't, like, if we get to that threshold in our relationship, and I wouldn't mind like him like, but long as you also know that I will also be doing me as well. I mean, you can be feminine or not or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem. Like, and also I haven't even seen people at swinger club, they come in as couples. Next thing you know, she done slapped them and she done ran out, cried. I don't see that happen so many times because you got to get your mind right.
Yeah, it is definitely a mental thing.
Your mindset is everything when you go to these places. Then you have to also understand like how a man works. You understand what I'm saying? He see another woman, and then also know that sex aren't always, sex and love isn't always parallel. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For men or women,
right? So, so a lot of women get in their feelings behind that, and that's just not necessarily. It could be just somebody he just fucking just to be fucking just because he just want to be fucking somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's why having that open, honest conversation, and also if you in the right frame of mind, you have to get your mind right to be like, oh, okay. But then also just don't leave it at that. Like, so if he be like, yo, I want to do this or whatnot, more than likely he'd probably be the one to bring it up. He's gonna have a threesome, and then you be like, all right, and then bring a girl in. But what about you? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just settle for that. Like, no.
Yeah, especially if you're not into women. If you are not into women, do not have a threesome just to please your man, because
not even if you're not even into women. Like, just like he is into another pussy. Why can't some dick enter you? Like,
I'm gonna be honest.
What's the problem?
I know a lot of women from Facebook groups who don't want another man. All they want is another woman. So that's why I say it's probably
they gay. They bisexual.
I mean, they bisexual. So okay. they are looking for women, and they don't always want the woman to be with their man. They just want a woman in addition to. And that's one of the things that most people don't realize is that there are women that want the woman probably more than they want their man, and the man is just a conduit for whatever they're benefiting.
Yeah, and then another thing too, she probably gay on a deep level.
Yeah.
And just having like came out, that happens too.
Yeah, now that is
I had
true.
a couple who came to me and they shared their story with me was that they had a threesome, got the girl in, and then her and the girl was sneaking off, and they sneaking off, and then they done fell in love and all that, and then broke their relationship off, with her husband because she realized
And she really
that
wanted a woman.
yeah,
No, these are
that she
like
was gay.
even I went to a swinger shindig yesterday, a lifestyle little excursion, and there are a lot of women that are just seeking other women. Like somebody even approached me and wanted to go down on me. I'm not with it, so I didn't accept that offer. It was more of one, I'm just not into that, but then also you got to be almost perfect for me to be like, okay, I might be able to let you go ahead and get a little taste, because if you're not perfect, then why am I even going there? Like, and when I say perfect, it doesn't
Yeah,
mean like perfect, but if you're not something that's super appealing to me, like your teeth got to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that sanitation wise, I'm like, okay, if you got shit all in caked up in your mouth, then no, you cannot, because I don't want no bacteria infection. Okay, like
exactly. I just did a video about that too. About people with these bad dental hygiene and you letting them kiss you in the mouth
oh
and
my
licking
God.
on your pussy and all this old shit. Yeah.
Listen, one of my things is I don't like men that just kiss on all type of women, because I've had a friend that had herpes on the mouth, and she would walk up and kiss guys. Like it would be certain type of shit that she wouldn't like. I know somebody right now that has herpes that sleeps around and is not necessarily like forthcoming with all the information. So I am very cautious of a lot of shit, because you don't know what people got going on in their mouth or in their pants, and not all of them
Exactly.
are willing to tell you. And just because they're not having an outbreak now, or the one just cleared up, don't mean it's not contagious. So I am very. I've been celibate for 7
Hopefully
years.
does she have the guy wear a condom? How was she doing safe sex?
I don't know if she practices safe sex regularly. I definitely always ask like, are you like, it's somebody that I actually am not as close to because of her sexual practices, because it's like you don't have no integrity if you put yourself out there and you putting other people at risk, and then you're sleeping around. So you just slept with this person, you slept with that person, you met a new guy and he about to get some too. So it's some lack of integrity for self and the people that you're with, because if you give it to them and then they don't know, and then they give it to somebody else, and now it's a cesspool of why STDs are spread and nobody fucking knows where it started.
Well, I bet she got some deep trauma too. Because most people who do things like that, like this thing is so, it's not like just like a sex thing.
Yeah.
Like it's so much
Yeah,
deeper.
it's deep.
Who knows? She probably could have. I don't know what but I find that most people who do things like that have like some serious trauma that has happened in their life,
I
and
think
they're
that even
substituting it for something else.
with a lot of the kinks that people have, some of the kinks are based on some trauma and things that they've gone through, to where now they have a fixation on a certain type of punishment that is now they're turning into a pleasurable punishment, but it's not really linked to pleasure as much as it's linked to kind of like a void filler for whatever it is, the trauma that they incurred.
Hmm. I want to go back to what you said. You said it was this about the girl who you said that was doing the gangbangs and whatnot, and how she just didn't look like. Oh, so you said that she was doing the double,
She like double penetration. She said she's had not in anal and vagina, like she had two
just
dicks in her pussy at the same time. Like yeah,
yeah,
she
them
said
dudes
she
gay. Them dudes are gay. They're
fisting.
bisexual.
No, they definitely have to be bisexual.
Ooh,
She
oh,
like
I don't even
fisting and all.
understand. I don't even get the pleasure. Some shit. Just, see, I know
Well,
I'm
see,
a bit of
okay.
a prude to some people. People be thinking that because I'm in the sex world, right? That I'm just loose and I'm with
Yeah, yeah.
all things, honey. No, I am not with the things. I am not with the things. I
I
am
think
not
that
with
it's
the things.
almost it's almost like when I think about when people say that women don't have walls, I think that those are the women that are made for the super large, extra large penises that exist in the world, and the people that have a little tighter spectrum of vaginal insides, they are meant for the guys that don't have that big of a dick. Like,
that's so funny you just said. I just had a conversation with a guy yesterday. We were talking about that, and he told some, he was fucking some chick who ain't had no walls, and I was like, you know what? You can fix that. With that jade egg. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like that shit
and work on the
it really
grip.
do tightens. It really do tightens.
I had a little song that I made about doing Kegels, because I one of the best sexual
You did it with the
pleasures.
jade egg though?
Not with the jade egg. I had some
Not the jade egg is
other
gonna
little
really.
They have other little Kegel balls that you can put up there to help you, and I would walk around with them in all day. So
okay.
Yeah, it is. It's something similar though. It's just not that particular thing. So
yeah, I like that. I like the jade because it's a natural thing. I don't want I don't want
the crystal,
metal or no leather or rubber or nothing like that.
No
For
plastic.
me,
Yeah. I get it. I totally get it. So let me ask you, what has been the most difficult challenge of your sex life?
Girl, at this point, like it's getting some. I don't get none, yo. I don't. I just do not.
I've been celibate for 7 years, and it is hard to try to get back in the saddle. And I used to enjoy sex. Like, I used to never waste a wet one. When you said that if somebody get you wet, I used to have that used to be my policy. If I could let you get close enough to get me wet, I'm definitely fucking. So I never wasted a wet one. But as I've gotten older, especially because I went into celibacy, I have the same type of 5-year clause thing. So at 5 years, what we doing? The last 5 years, I gave it to myself. I was like, okay, because the last nigga, he wanted to kill me after I didn't want to fuck him no more. And then my ex-husband, he broke in my house and was stalking me after I didn't want to fuck him no more. And then some other nigga from a long time ago was stalking me a little bit. And then somebody else had tried to heal me up when I was like, so I was like, okay.
What the fuck is you doing to these?
That's what the fuck I'm saying. So I'm like, look, it's me. It got to be me. It's no reason that all these guys are acting. I mean, and then even guys when I was like in high school and before I went to the army, even if they would feel it, and then I would be like, we couldn't have sex, but I let you touch it, but we not fucking. They would be like, well, I can't be your friend, and like I would like it was so. The last 5 years, I gave to myself like, okay, we didn't have enough crazies. If your pussy is this good, just making these niggas go crazy, we need to take your pussy off the table for a little while. Okay? We don't have time. So in that time, but I got a chance to really figure out what I really like versus what I was just allowing to satisfy me at the time. Because, and I just was thinking about this yesterday, I used to be loose with my sexual pleasure, even if I wasn't like wanting to be involved with you like that. I used to use people for my pleasure versus now it's a little bit harder because sex is not the only thing that pleasures me. So when a guy used to be like, ooh, you look good and all of that, then they'd be like, okay. But now it's like, oh, nigga, I know you just want to fuck. So what else do you like? Talk to me. Like, let me hear what your mind do, because just you thinking that my ass is fat, that's not gonna make me, want to spread my legs. You can't tell me, hey, come smoke a blunt with me and think you're gonna get some pussy. I got my own weed, keep my own weed, so that's not attractive to me. So the things that used to be like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna come on over and fall into the trap because a 12 o'clock invite in the middle of the night to smoke a blunt is not just a 12 o'clock middle of the night invite to smoke a motherfucking blunt. So it is definitely harder to find somebody at this point. Now, once I start having sex, it might be something like I just be out there, which I probably won't, because now it's like, okay, I don't want to just have sex and it's meaningless, pointless. It's just the fuck, because why did I wait all this time? And then it's going to be super wet. So I can't even get nobody there unless I want them to be stalkerish about me. And that's my complex right now. That is my issue, right? That's my dilemma.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems like you got a handle on it.
You like, shit, I don't know.
No, it sounds like you got a handle on it. Like you know what to do. You doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing something, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing because it's time. Okay, I'm ready to jump back in the saddle.
But when you meet that person, you know what I'm saying, who not only make the pussy wet, also got your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like he delivering something up top and also at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna have to woo me a little bit, just a little,
and spiritual, you know, emotional, like all this stuff is important. You know,
yeah,
what I'm saying?
It really is. So, what advice would you give somebody that listens to our podcast? What would you want them to take from you to apply to their life?
A woman or a man?
Both, either.
Oh, okay.
All of the above, because right now we're in a very different world than what we grew up in. So it might be a woman that's a man or a man that's a woman. You don't know.
Yeah. That's true. I think that, you know, you have to be like true to yourself, just like how you asked me, like, what are the things that I've done that's like out there? I don't do anything that's out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's regular sex, like, you know what I'm saying? But yet it's definitely enjoyable when I do have it. But what I would like somebody to take from it is to get to know yourself. If you haven't masturbated, please masturbate.
Yeah.
So you get to know yourself and know what you like. Look at some porn. That is a lot of trash, like I said earlier. Like, just check it out. Don't just do something just because, you know what I'm saying? It's the new, oh, girl. Yo, my son even asked me this shit. The spitting in the mouth.
Oh, no.
Listen, while I was listening to the podcast, I don't know if do you listen to Pure Minds?
I think I've heard it. Yeah,
the two sisters, they was on Angela Yee, you know, lip service, and they was talking about what do you think about the spitting in the mouth? It was like, yeah, they want all the fluids. I was just
that is so fucking gross. It's like disrespectful.
Exactly.
It's like so this hold on, I know I'm impeding on your final advice, but I was talking to my guy friend yesterday, and I was like, you know, I don't like to spit in the mouth. I don't want you to nut on my face, like you take it out and then purposely try to nut on my, because that is disrespectful to me. That's like you like spitting in my face. Like, don't do that. Like, I don't got a spit starter, so she don't need to be spat on either. If she like you, she's gonna bubble over for you, and she's gonna make it known that she likes you.
Exactly. The showers will come.
Listen, and when she don't like you, she will dry up and ask me, "Girl, why are we here?"
Right. Child, you don't go put little panties on and let's go.
Yes. She will dry up, and I would be sitting here like, but like it was just okay. But in my mind, if I start thinking about if you said some hateful something to me, call me a bitch, not like, oh, that's my bitch, like not an endurement type of thing, but like, bitch, you like fuck,
right? The bitch. Hardcore,
yeah. So then my mind is like, I can't believe I'm just, and that's what happened with the last guy. He had done something we were talking about. It was like Black History Month or something, that March to Selma thing was going on. Mm-hmm. And he was talking big money shit. Like, he was just talking shit about everything. And I was like, okay, well, if you're really serious, let's drive to Selma. If not, then what are you talking about? And why are we even debating about this to this point to where you, like, I felt threatened, like he would try to like yank me up or something. And that was like one of the final days, because it was just like, first off, you talking too much shit about something that you're not willing to go and do. Let's start there, because why are you even getting this upset if you're not willing to go? If you're not going to do something, then I mean, have an opinion.
Your mouth.
Yeah, have an opinion. Say what you got to say, but don't try to carry on. Like this is like you really about that life. But what I also found is that being a social media influencer on any scale, people will try to see what you post, and they think that when you at home in your private life that you want to talk about the shit that you post online. And for me, I'm totally different. Like, even if I talk about it online, that's online. This is what I do for work. When I come home, I want to talk about something totally different. Like, I mean, we might hint around or talk, but a lot of people will try to base their whole conversation on what they interpreted from what you said online. And it's like, I'm about that life, but that's not what I want to talk about in my everyday life.
Like, boy, now you're being a fan. Okay, you know
Yeah.
what? Why don't you contribute to the channel and make a donation. That's how you can help me out right now. You understand what I'm saying? But see, and also like what you said, like what the advice I would give. So just like they said they like that, know what you like. Now that's good to me and you, but for somebody else, but if that's your thing, just be honest, like within yourself, and don't be afraid. Now, if you tell somebody that you like something, like I had told this guy I like something, and he was just like, "You crazy" or whatnot. And it wasn't even like, So I was just like, so he was just like, "Yo, you crazy?" I was just like, "Nah," I had to cut him off. Like, "Nah, I'm not even about to waste my time with you because I'm telling you, like, clearly you can't give it to me. I understand that,
right?
You know what I'm saying?"
But don't try to make me feel bad because you're not into it. I tried to watch porn with somebody before, and he was kind of like throw it back. But nigga, we about to fuck, so why is it a problem with us watching some porn if we fucking anyway?
Girl, girl, I done been in a situation like that too with men, and they feel some type of way because you a woman and you watching porn. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, why? I have sex. Like,
right?
What do we are sexual beings.
Like, it's a clear part of life.
Right. Like what girl, yeah, people just because see the misinformation and the no information, you know what I'm saying, is what fucks a lot of people up. So my advice is just to know what you like, figure that out. And I would like to give everybody like a tip, like and this is dual masturbation. And what that is you sit across from your mate, y'all sit across from each other. Maybe you have a toy or whatnot. I'm not an advocate of toys, I don't like toys. But because it takes women a minute, because it took me a minute, I don't know about you, to use my hands. Like it's did it take you a minute?
That's my preference. It didn't take me a while. More so, I don't like toys either. I need a person. I need that. If it's not the real energy, I don't want the fake energy. I don't want
I don't like that plastic shit. I don't want none of that.
It's not my preference.
Yeah.
But so my hands had been my thing. Probably more so, but I didn't really start like masturbating for real until I was like 30 something, when I was going through my divorce and all of that. And then it was more of a acceptable thing for me. And then after that, it kind of has grown on me. I think I've struggled more with thinking that it's wrong to probably masturbate every day, because I have a porn Twitter page. So in order for me to post on this page, it's all porn. So my vagina is going to get wet. And if it's wet, I'm going to make sure I'm good. But after I started learning how to squirt, I've kind of learned more control with how much I allow myself to get aroused when I do masturbate.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you post videos? You post videos?
I don't. I wish I was that free. I'm not that free. I have a lot of conditioning and just the mental aspect of being that free will not allow me to do
it. Yeah. Like I think like just sometimes too much is just ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I'm just not doing that. Yeah. Like like I said with my OnlyFans,
like I support people that do it. Like I post like again on my Twitter page, it's mostly OnlyFans people or stuff like that. And I don't have a problem with those people. Now, depending on how you do what you do, would you be my like best friend? I don't know, because you could be fun girls or cool girls. It's just, what is your intellect like? Because if all you have is sex and you're not smart at all, then there's no connection for us to be friends. And then so it's not that I have a problem with it at all. It's just not necessarily my like, I'm gonna hype you up, girl. Go ahead, girl.
Right.
Like, do your thing. But
I'm just not doing that. Like,
I'm gonna hype you up. I'm gonna let you live out the fantasies that if I was like that, what I would do. Because there was a time, and there may have been another life, that I would have been a stripper, because when I was in the Army, we was going to go to this amateur night, but we got scared when we got to the place and turned around. But there was a time that I had visited the ideal of stripping, just because it seemed cool. And you make a lot of, like you said, you make a whole lot of goddamn money. Okay.
You go. But it's a lot of stories with that girl. I got to write a book about that one
Yeah,
too.
we can have you back so you can tell us about the stripper tales and
Yes, and give you
stories
our tips and all that. Yes,
yes,
without a doubt.
please.
So and also like men, like please take your time. Just because your dick is hard, doesn't mean that it's time for you to enter her. You have to men, please listen up. You have to take your time with her. Make sure her pussy, I mean, is wet, 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 wet.
Because a
Whatever she
dry
like.
pussy is a pussy that does not like you or has not been turned on just
Exactly.
yet.
It's you. She's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Take your time with her. Use. I don't know. Maybe she like to be bit, lick, touch, caress, pull her hair. Like I don't know, but have a conversation beforehand, so at least you will know. You have some sort of idea. This is another thing I tell people too. You have a bag of tricks. Everybody got their own little bag of tricks that they do. You know what I'm saying? But just because you got that bag of tricks and you pull that trick out on the next person, that don't necessarily mean that it's gonna fly with that person, because it may not be what they like. Because that's why conversation is so important to be had beforehand. You understand what I'm saying? And also, like and men, like if child, let me tell y'all something. Now, look, I ain't blowing up nobody's spot, but if you out here and you like a little dick every now and then, it'd be best to tell the girl. Like, some girls don't. I know this one girl told me she will have a baby with a bisexual guy or even a gay guy. Some females don't, and then you shouldn't even worry about that. And if she's like no, then you don't need to be fucking her. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't need to fuck with nobody that's gonna make you tone yourself
feel
down if that's who you are.
exactly. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you are that, just, come clean with that. And also people, everybody, please wear motherfucking condoms. Just like she said, like this motherfucking these STDs, that motherfucking herpes, this shit with you for life, motherfucker. HPV.
Even pregnancy, because abortion is not a birth control pill. That is not a form of birth control.
Wait, you said what?
Abortion.
I hear what you said.
Abortions is not birth control. Do not have abortions just because you don't want to wear protection. Wear protection so you don't have to put your body through that, and you don't have to stress yourself out if you're a man and pay for it, because you don't want to be stuck with the wrong baby mama or baby father because you were being careless.
Exactly.
And you have to take some responsibility. Can you tell us where to find you at and how to get in contact with you so they can book?
Oh, yes, please. I'm at seductive-art.com. I also go to I also write on my blog, so go check that out on my website. And I also I'm
on Instagram.
On my website. Okay. So, and also on my website, click on upcoming events. I'll be doing a webinar, and it's going to be free. So hopefully you'll be interested in that. If you want to follow me anyway, I'm also on YouTube. I do videos 5 times out of the week. And that's Rill Seductive. Rill is RILL Seductive. That's how you spell my name. Rill Seductive. So please subscribe. I'm on Instagram as Seductive Rill IS. Seductive Rill IIS. Rill is spelled RILL, of course, whenever I say it. Twitter, I'm Rill Ojai. That's RILLOJI. So yeah, so follow, I follow you back. I ain't want them bitches to be like, I ain't following you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't on that type of time. I'm not on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? So yes, and then maybe if you're in New York, I will be having my Seductive Art Workshop in May. It's going to be near or around Mother's Day, so it's going to be like a Mother's Day situation. And I hope that you ladies come out, because it's going to be great.
Well, I appreciate you for being on here today, Rill. And I definitely, really, for real, I want you to come back, because especially as a person that live in Atlanta, where women become strippers every single damn day, and they make really good money, I would want for you to give people advice on the stripper world and that industry, because a lot of people don't know what comes with it. Definitely there are women that's there because they like to dance and they want to be there, and the attention is good for their souls. However, there are some definite downfalls, drugs, sex trafficking, all type of things that can happen. So we would definitely love to have you back so that you can educate people on that part of the industry as well.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because I got some stories.
Listen, and it's probably some stories that people can resonate with, and they need to hear. Yes, they need to hear. So that is the end of our show. Again, I really appreciate the
Me too.
conversation. And for all of you guys, we will see you next time.
Yes, thank you so much, sweetheart. Have a great one.
Hi, I'm Kaci, Dr. Kaci. Welcome to Speaking Freedom. We are happy to have you, and we hope that we are able to help you in every way possible. Have a good evening. If you've enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. New episode every Friday.